Greetings, friends. Keith Costello here. I believe now is the time to pursue religious liberty through school choice. Here's why. When I was a freshman in high school, I learned that my high school had a fencing team. Well, being a kid that grew up on Star Wars and Zorro movies and the rest, I was fascinated with sword play and thought, I am in. I'm going to go learn to fence. This is going to be so cool. So I did. And I went, met with the team, and I practiced for a few months. And then we had our first tournament come up. And we were actually hosting the tournament. And so kids from all over Texas came to this tournament. And being a newcomer and young and all of that, I did not get a good draw in the tournament. So my first match was actually against my coach's son, who I believe was ranked number 4 in the state at the time. And so I went out with trepidation to go face him. He was very skilled and I was not skilled at all. But when I got out there against him, I noticed something. I mean, when we started really interacting, he scored a point on me very quickly. But I noticed that his posture held his foil way off to the side. And what I knew about myself was I was tall and strong and fairly quick, very unskilled, right? But I had those things going for me. So I just devised a pretty simple strategy, what I called the parry and thrust, or slap and lunge. So that's what I tried to do. I just slapped his foil to the side as hard as I could and lunged as fast as I could. Well, the strategy worked. Even though I was unskilled, I mixed it up and tried to keep my distance, and then I would find my opportunity to slap and thrust. And I ended up beating him 5-4. Well, the whole place was just a buzz. Something is happening here. This freshman just beat the coach's son. Any illusions of my being able to make some significant move were quickly dissolved in the second round, where I was summarily beat like 5-1, I think, by another skilled fencer, but one who didn't leave an open stance so that my simple just bat and lunge strategy could work. But what that did tell me is our lives just present certain moments of opportunity where things are open, and it's the time to surge forward. And I believe that that is true of religious liberty through school choice right now. The reason for that is I don't think we've ever had as pro-religious liberty bench at the Supreme Court in my whole lifetime than we do right now. And I believe that we need to test through judicial efforts what the Supreme Court would say about school funding and the way that that impacts our religious liberties and the protection of our religious liberties. Now, what's interesting about the approach of Kyrie Christian Education Services, the organization that I'm a part of, is that we believe the primary action to establish religious liberty needs to happen judicially. Most school choice organizations don't operate like that. Their primary focus is on legislation. So you've got organizations that lobby the state legislatures for pro-religious liberty and pro-school choice legislation. And I am so thankful for those faithful Americans and what they are doing. But we believe that our most powerful and overarching approach is a judicial approach. And what I mean by that is we believe that our religious liberties are already guaranteed by the Constitution, specifically the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution promises free exercise of religion for all citizens. We believe that promise of religious liberty is being violated every day in the public education system across the United States. And we want that to be tested. So what we need are citizens who are empowered. Our role at KCS is to educate the U.S. citizenry, citizens that are interested in moving this argument forward. And so we're putting together this series of videos to educate, and then we have a campaign, the Be Wise campaign, which is the way that you can get involved. And so ultimately, we want to prompt U.S. citizens to take up their constitutional rights and move that forward in a process of judicial review. So what can you do? And I would say, be wise. You can go to the Kyrie Christian Education Services website to see more about this campaign. But effectively, Be Wise is an acronym. WISE is an acronym. And the W stands for watch the videos. We would ask you to watch and really think through the argument that we're presenting. I stands for impart your understanding. That's done easily. Like the videos, subscribe to the channel, share those things with others that you know are interested in school choice, religious liberty. And then ultimately, we would ask that you would consider empowering, that's the E, the effort. And you can do that through donations or becoming a sponsor of KCS and allowing us the funds so that we can continue to move this effort forward. So I do encourage you to go to the website and check out everything about the Be Wise campaign. Watch more of the videos in this series, and I look forward to working with you as we pursue religious liberty through school choice. Blessings.